All right, well, I haven't posted in a while just because we've been crazy. And again, just doing stuff that we normally do, and I've already shown you guys, and it's just not that interesting. But here's another Hynautic issue that I got called out for. I'm on a 58-foot Hatteras, and I know that it says empty there, but it will hold 80 to 100 pounds without a problem. So we've got 80 to 100 pounds on the tank. I pulled the line right here to make sure that there's nothing clogged or anything down here. So I got plenty of pressure coming out here. However, when I come to the bleeder valves on the slave, there's nothing coming out except for just a little bit of air. And the other day I was here and I tried to bleed it. There's really nothing coming out. Up at the top on the throttles, really nothing there. So more than likely what the problem is our charge valve right here. And you can see this is the old style charge valve with the set screws in here and everything. I can't even get these things undone. Got plenty of pressure here, but nothing going up. So I'm going to assume it's the charge valve. So it's old. I have a new charge valve that I had the boat steer make for me. So thanks to them, they were able to make it that day and send it out. I ordered it, I think Monday or Tuesday, I think, and it's Friday morning. It's already here. So today's job was we're going to install and we're going to bleed. So I'm going to show you guys how to change out a charge block and install it, as well as bleed out the entire system and see if we can't get these things to work. So up at the helm, lead, slave, what's happening here is you can see nothing's happening. So there's nothing in here, and I've got 80 pounds on it, and it should be working. So it's the charge valve more than likely. So let's go ahead and get that charge valve out and replace it. Got all new O-rings for it as well, and let's start trying to bleed the system. Let's see how quickly we can do it and see if we can get on the next job. I just had another client call. He's without air conditioning and has a saltwater leak in his boat. And it's Friday, it's Halloween, and they want to go out this weekend. So that's going to be another emergency. But these guys also want to go out, and I told them I'd get it done. So here we are.
Hannah's walking down now.
All right, as usual, I forgot I was doing a video of this. So these come apart, and then this pulls out of here, and then you just got your nut that screws into the valve body itself. If I can pull these out. Well, I can't anymore because I got it stuffed in there because these are really old and not as pliable. But there's a little metal collar, and then there's an O-ring that goes on the bottom of here. So make sure you got your O-rings on in here before you put your collar back on. And this should spin freely around the hose that comes down. So now I'm just going to put this collar back on. And I always hand tighten everything before I put a wrench on it. That way I'm making sure that everything's going in properly and I'm not cross-threading anything. All right, you can see the air that's coming out of here. And if you look through there, just solid fluid. And now it's starting to drain. So I'm just gonna let this drain in. It's probably gone down. Oh, look at that. It's gone down, which is what it should do. So we're liking this, but it's still dirty down there. I'm going to bleed through all this and get some clean fluid out of here. Okay, so I pumped it a little past 80 again, and I've opened this up. You just keep turning it, and you can see, boom. Hear all that air? See it all coming out? Just let it run. Let her run until it's clean. Still see air coming out. See all that air bubbles? Got to be nice and clean, no air. See that? Opened it up a little bit more. More air coming out. Nice steady flow. I may throw some of this away. He's got new stuff that came in, so down to 60 pounds. All right, that looks pretty good for the hot second. Just do an initial bleed on this. All right, so now I'm going to take this. So switch my hose back up to the top. Open this up here. There we go. Hear it coming out. Boom. See the lever move? Leaving all that pressure, all the air is coming out, all this junk. Ooh, look at all that air. Yuck. Yuck, 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 yuck. dirty fluid, lots of air. Let's open this up a little bit more. See all that air coming out? There you go. Much better. Much better. All right, I'm gonna close that off. Much better. Oops. Okay. There we go. Hold that. You see some junk in there? I'm not gonna reuse this. Typically, if you've got it all clean, you can just take this, put it back in here. See, I'm now down to 50 pounds here. So I'm gonna pump this back up again. I'm also gonna check my level. I'm gonna put new stuff in. I think it's only right there. So I still got a couple inches. You wanna keep it like 2 inches above this line right here. So when you release the pressure and it drains down, you don't go past that. You don't get air back down in here, which is then gonna, now you gotta start the whole system all over again. So I'm gonna depressurize the system. I'm gonna open this, which is our fill for the reservoir, but I gotta make sure that I drain it out or take the air out of it. I'm gonna check it one more time with fresh fluid. And then I'm gonna go up and start operating and bleeding out the actual throttles up on the helm. And I'll show you that. All right, so we're full throttle downstairs, we're full throttle up here. So there's a bleeder right here. So after we've gotten the majority of the fluid bled out downstairs on the main cylinders, we come up here and you're gonna hear a little, I've already done it once or twice, but it's bleeding out a little bit. Let me go back. And you want it to stay, you want it to be, I can feel just a little, see that stays, that doesn't bounce, no bounce. No bounce means no air. I'm gonna hold that down. That little bubble there, just a little bit. Said I've already bled this once. Forgot to grab my phone out of the engine room. And you want it to move. So now this should be in neutral. So theoretically, we were in full throttle on the lever before on the slave. So we'll see where we are now and make sure it's operating right. So if you can see here, it's all the way in the back position, where before it was all the way in this position right here, which is full throttle. And notice I've got the linkage disconnected at the moment because we just don't need it. So I'm going to bleed this one more time. I've still got 80 pounds on it. I've got it bled up top, and we're just going to go through. And by the way, you guys, you probably will go through, you know, if the system's empty, you'll probably go through a couple of tanks. Hang on. Bubble in there, I think. So we got that out. So as I was saying, you guys will probably go through a couple of tanks, especially if the system is completely empty. So, you know, I get this question all the time when people call me about this stuff. It's like literally stay the course. Just keep bleeding, keep bleeding. All right, so I think we've got that all out. I'm gonna, now that the compressor went off, I might as well do a little toppy here. Let's see where we can't get. All right, so we got 90 pounds on that now. So that will maintain. And this all looks pretty good here. Let's go back up. Let's see what our throw looks like up top.
So it seems it's just the charge valve is just...
Yep, because this is nice. Full throttle. All the way back. Full throttle. All the way back. There's one little bump in here. Let's see if we can't just quickly bleed that out. See if it does anything. Take a listen. Nope. Just lots of fluid pouring out. So I put a little rag down here to sop it up. All the way up. It's staying. All the way back. All the way up. All the way back. All the way up. All the way back. So I think we're good. Yep, absolutely. So we're going to go upstairs next and check on that. Oh, I came up to bleed and I got a phone call, but there was a little air that came out. Let me see if there's anything else coming out of here. No, it's pretty clean. So that's full throttle. No bang, no bumps. I don't know if I can get in here and see if I can't get this undone. This one's a little bit harder. Sometimes you got to take off the armature here to get to this, but let's see. Hold on, I'll do this. Throttle it up. Just leave it like that. I'll bring it back down. And you don't want to be moving it with it undone because you're gonna suck in air and then you're gonna create more of a problem. So make sure you tighten it up every time you do it. There we go. See that air that just came out of there? Okay. Oh, hear that? That was probably me trying to show you guys how to do it, but all right, tightened up, back down. Full throttle, full throw, nice and easy. No bumps, no jerks. Perfect. All right, that's done. Okay, we'll go back down in the engine room. We'll hook up the linkage, check pressures one more time, and we're gonna call this done. So that's how you bleed a Hynautic system and put in a charge valve from scratch. Not too hard, but again, and I get this all the time, the biggest thing is really just making sure you stay the course on just bleeding the stuff out. And like I said to you before, sometimes you'll have to do, 2 tanks just to do one side, depending on how bad it was or how bad it needs to get bled out. So let's go check engine room again. All right, recap. So I got 80 pounds on it, new charge valve, O-rings, everything's dry, everything looks good. So that's good. Everything's cleaned up over here. We got to get this out of the way and mounted. Whenever they take that off, we'll remount that. And then bled here and here. There's no more bubbles coming out. Everything looks good. Tranny's fine in the back there. Same thing. There's one of these back there too. Bleed that, check that. But everything seems to be good. And then you go up to both bridges, the lower and the upper helm, and just use your Allen wrench and just finish bleeding out whatever's else up there and reconnect the linkage. Make sure that it actuates properly and there's no binding of that, and you're good to go. So Hynautic charge valve and rebleed. As usual, thanks for watching. Make sure you guys like, subscribe. If you need any help or have any questions or want to see us do something, give me a call, let me know.